Hello Z Warriors, welcome to One Pack Frenzy, where we open one pack of trading cards. And it is Rising Sunday, so we cover just about any game from Japan, or originated in Japan. Obviously it's not in Japanese. We're doing something different, not really, but we're covering an older Dragonball Z game. This one's from 2015 by Panini, which took over from Score back in the early, Score had it in the 2000s, and it was wildly something. I mean, they made like 16 sets, so it was pretty successful. But then Panini took over and kind of polished the rules a bit. But the cards are pretty much the same. I don't know if they're compatible. But anyway, we got the movie collection, which is from, obviously, movie characters and whatnot. So what we got going on here. Each booster break contains 12 total, 6 to 7 commons, 4 uncommons, 1 rare, and a foil 1 to 3. So our set, 60 commons, 40 uncommons, 40 rares, and 2 ultra rares. They were such simple times back then. Now you got like more rares than you got actual cards in the set. Packs still aren't easy to open. At least one thing isn't changed. Packs still aren't shit to open. Alright. And, I mean, the rules are, like I said, the rules are pretty much the same, except they kind of changed a few things. So, I'll explain those as we go along. First off, you build a deck, and you have to have main personality, which is either, one of the Z Warriors or one of the villains. And you have to have a deck of a certain color type attacks, like red trailing blast, and the personality's personal cards, either, Goku or Vegeta or, Krillin, whatever, and then you have other cards involved. Anyway, this is red trailing blast, energy combat, endurance 2, which means when you take damage, you have to discard from your deck. So, which I actually always like that kind of method of keeping track of things. It's like as you get hurt, you're losing options. So, it makes it feel a little better than just keeping track of life points. Anyway, endurance 2. So, if you're having to discard and you hit this, you can exile this card and take up that much damage. So you don't have to discard as many cards. This means it is an attack. It's a sword. Energy attack costing 1 stage. Your characters have stages of power. So, and you power up as you go along. Damage 3 life cards. Take 3 cards off your life deck. Attached to your main personality. While attached, when your main personality changes levels, return this card to your hand. That's pretty cool. Red Dazing Drill. Oh no, Krillin's down again. This is a drill. This kind of stays in play. You play it, play it during your setup, and it stays in play. It helps you out. This infinity symbol means it's constantly going. When this drill is leaving play, you may banish it to search your life deck for a copy of Red Dazing Drill and place it into your hand. The first time your anger is lowered during combat, your opponent skips his next action combat. So yeah, there's three goals to victory. Beat down, which you make your opponent discard their entire life deck. I think leveling up, which is where your character is at max level and your anger is at max, which is 5. But yeah, you're like level 4, anger of 5, boom, you win. And the third one is get all the Dragon Balls. So, always a good thing. Alright. Orange Captivity Drill. Always going. Your energy combat attacks gain hit, raise your anger 1 level, and your main personality gains 3 stages. Ooh, I like that one. That is a good drill to have. You can only have 1 copy of a drill in play, though. So you can't have, 3 copies of this. Which makes sense. It makes it easy to, like, not manipulate. Namekian Disturbance. Now, Namekian is a fighting style. Like it was in the old game. It's a fighting style. So, if you have Namekian... So, anyone could technically use Namekian, I think. So, this is a setup. Limit 1 per deck. Banish after use. Power. Search your life deck for a Namek Dragon Ball with the number in the title that is less than or equal to your main personality level and play it. Oh. Well, that's the thing. You know, if you play a Dragon Ball, you gain its ability. Each one has a certain ability. But I think if you like this, it doesn't activate the ability. So, and some of them you want to activate the ability on. Red Distraction. It is an event. Banish after use. I'm not sure what the energy bolt is. They didn't cover that. Power. Use when entering combat. Players can only attack or pass in their actions this combat. Draw 2 cards and then discard a card from your hand. That'll do it. Lookout Drill. Now this is technically colorless, so you can put this in any deck. So, after this drill enters play from your hand, rejuvenate 1, which means you can take 1 card from your discard pile and put it into the bottom of your deck. That's how you gain life. The first time each turn, an opponent's card effect would destroy or banish cards from the top of your life deck. Reduce that amount to 0. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Saiyan Overpower Blast. Of course, Saiyan is a combat ability. Energy Combat. There's 2 types of combat you've probably already noticed now. There is, I think, no, it's the only one right now. There's physical combat and energy combat, and each one requires their own different defensive maneuvers. As attack, energy attack costing 2 stages, which means you have to reduce your main personality down 2 stages. Damage, 4 life cards. Hit, which means if your opponent doesn't block this attack, you may do the hit trigger. You may lower your main personality 1 level. If you do, your opponent destroys the top 3 cards of their life deck. Damn. That's pretty nicey. Saiyan Evasion. Okay, see, that's physical combat. It is a defense, which is what the shield means. Stop a physical attack, search your discard pile for a card with endurance, and rejuvenate it. So that's a pretty good way to heal up. Saiyan Hanging Out Drill. Little Goku, little Gohan. Actually, is that... I don't know. Yeah, it's Gohan, because Goku didn't have the hat. It's a drill. Your opponent's first attack each combat costs +1 stage to perform. That's pretty nasty. Red Hop. Not to be confused with IHOP. Endurance 2. It's energy combat. Defense energy. Stop an energy attack. Your next attack this combat gains hit. Use a critical damage effect. Now, in the game, if you do 5 actual, life cards of damage, you can take what is a critical effect, which is either you can cause them to discard an ally, reduce their anger, I think, or steal one of their Dragon Balls. So, it's something to do. That is definitely give you a choice. Orange Reactive Strike. Is that Chi-Chi? Yeah, it seems about right for Chi-Chi. Alright, physical attack. Damage at +2 stages. Hit. Raise your anger 1 level. Banish the top X cards of your opponent's discard pile. X equals the number of styled drills you control. That's actually pretty good. So it does like +2 stages of damage. Orange Desperation. It's an event. Power. Your attacks deal +1 stage of damage as combat. Lower your opponent's anger 2 levels. If you control 2 or less drills, search your life deck for a drill that does not have an infinity effect, and place it into play. Damn. Alright, I'll do a quick little rundown, and then MVP, and then go about our day. It's alright. I may not really see use for it, but I mean, if your purpose is to make sure your opponent doesn't get very angry, that would be good to use. This one I do like. It just like, if you got a lot of orange or character drills in play, boom, make your opponent discard a lot of cards. It would be good in a drill heavy deck. That's actually really nasty. You can automatically just, boom, cause them to lose something. And it's like really nasty. So I do like that. That's good. Well, if you get an early game, pretty nasty. If your opponent has to like sacrifice an additional stage of power, because that's how you pay for cards. You have to use a power level. I don't know if I had one that said how you have to sacrifice, but yeah, you pay energy levels to do attacks. So making them this powerful is pretty good. This one's good, especially since it takes effect regardless. Stop an attack and search your discard pile for, maybe if you didn't use it nerds due to like having a discard, because you draw 3 cards and then at the end of combat you have to discard down to 1 card. So that is weird. That seems weird to me. But it's a way to make sure people don't like, combat's supposed to be frenetic. Is frenetic a word? It is now. Anyway, yeah, see, energy attack costs 2 stages, so you reduce 2 stage to do damage. It's pretty nasty. If you want to cause your enemy to like lose a lot of health, but I think once you power up to max, you can go to your next level. So that's kind of a decision call. This one I do like. It gives heal 1 and then reduce damage first time. So, I mean, yeah, that would activate their hit ability, but keeps you alive really quick. Got some old. I mean, these things have been. This pack's like 10 years old, so it's kind of feeling some things. But players can only attack or pass their action this combat. Well, yeah, because it causes people to not do like weird things. This one's pretty good. Like I said, if you're going for a Dragon Ball victory, it's a good card to have. If you I don't know what the Dragon Balls look like, but yeah. Hit, raising your 1. This one is really goddamn nasty. Actually, believe it or not, 1-pack combo. So that one, so use put that in play, and you can use the hit one, which get to raise your anger twice, gain 3 levels, and then since it's a drill, you cause your opponent to at least lose 1. So it's a good little 1-pack combo there. I do like that. It's infinite, so leaving play, you look for another one, and then boom, just keep going. Let's see. MV. That's a good way to keep an energy attack. 3 damage, cost 1. So that's pretty good. My MVP for the set, for the pack, would be the Lookout Drill. Like I said, first attack doesn't do anything. And it's colorless, so you can put it in any deck, and then boom. It's not a styled deck. It's not a styled one, so it wouldn't be useful for Reactive Strike. But it's a good one to have. It's a good one to have. And that is Dragonball Z. I wonder what the backs look like. Oh, it is. They are... Because this is what the old score backing was. So maybe they're compatible? I don't think so. Because there was a lot of shit they did towards the end that kind of... This is supposed to be a reset, essentially. Speaking of resetting, that is Dragon Ball Z movie collection. So cards from the movies up to that point. I will see you tomorrow. Have a frenzy-tastic day.